Assalamu alaikum. Real Madrid 2 and Real Sociedad 1, and what a game that was. Very, very, very happy that Real Madrid got away with the win because that red card should and would never, ever, ever be a red card. I don't know what that referee was thinking. This referee specifically has done unjustifiable things in Real Madrid games, and I think that he should be investigated. Now look, whenever Real Madrid, same with Barcelona, whenever we speak about referees, we go straight to, of course, this team is talking about refs, of course, this team talks about this, but you have to be honest, especially from last season. Not only Real Madrid complained about the refs. Yes, Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world, and they're the one who complained about the refs, which made all the media focus on Real Madrid. However, there were also other teams. Now look, I want to start off by talking about that Dean Huijsen red card. That should never be a red card for two reasons. All right? For two reasons that I think, in my own opinion, shouldn't and would never have been a red card if it was any other team. Now, the first reason is Dean Huijsen literally just kind of gave him a pat on the back, and then he fell as soon as he did a contact, which it's happened before. Whoever feels contact, right, when they think they're the last man, they fall immediately to maybe win that red card, right? Dean Huijsen should have known that could have been a red card. That could have been a red card. He should have not done that. All right, that's my own opinion. Dean Huijsen should have not done that, right? So that's the first reason. The second reason is that Dean Huijsen was not even the last man. Because if you look to his left, Militao was also making the run. And it's not like Militao was all the way at the end. He was right next to Dean Huijsen. So the fact that the red card was given and the fact that there was no VAR check, right, especially made by that referee, I don't know why there was no VAR check, right? And nobody could say yes there was because there was a delay. No, it never popped up on the screen for a VAR check. Whenever there's a VAR check, it would have taken a while, right? And I'm very sure that if it went to VAR check, the referee probably would have went to the VAR to check if that was a red card or not. That never happened. He called it plain sight by his eyes that he saw that it was a red card, and he sent Dean Huijsen out. Now, it was 1-0 when Dean Huijsen left. And then right before the the end of the first half, we scored through Mbappe's assist by Arda Güler. And by that time, I was like, hey, maybe we don't need 11 men. But you could really tell by that second half that Dean Huijsen's absence really, really, really took an effect. And I want to say I want to say it's the 10 players against 11. I want to say that, or against 12, my bad. I would say it's Dean Huijsen. He's a very important player for Real Madrid, and it's already, you could see it. Now, that's my whole opinion of Dean Huijsen and him missing. And the reason why I'm not going to say Real Madrid played bad is because they didn't. They really didn't play bad. Yes, there's a times where Vinny probably didn't do well on a counterattack. There's times where we had chances. But I'm not going to talk about that because Real Madrid did play good for a 10v12. I don't think that Real Madrid did bad. You guys could have your own opinion on that, but that is my opinion. So yeah, you could tell that red card affected Real Madrid. If you guys saw the stats, Real Sociedad had 63 to 64% possession, and I'm not sure if that's true. I did read it, but I might have forgotten it, but it's in the 60%. So it's very important for you guys to know how that affected Real Madrid's game. And I'm sure that if Dean Huijsen didn't get sent off, I'm sure it wouldn't have been 2-1. It might have been even 4-0, because the way Real Madrid was pressuring in that first half and the ball possession, you could tell where the game was heading. So as we all know, Mbappe got man of the match, well-deserved goal and an assist, a beautiful goal, right, and a beautiful pressing that led him to that counterattack goal, and a beautiful assist to Arda Güler, who had an amazing game and an amazing finish to make it 2-0 at the time. I felt like something that went wrong for Real Madrid is only one thing, and it's the messing up that counterattack. It happened with Vinicius Jr. and one time with Fran Garcia. I'm not sure. I believe also with Mbappe, but messing up those counterattacks really, really affected the team because, hey, if if Mbappe, like I said, Mbappe, Vinny is on the counterattack, forget Fran Garcia. Nobody in the world is stopping them. And they kind of messed up some of their counterattacks. I can't remember Mbappe's, but I do remember Vinicius Jr.'s counterattack where he kind of had a bad first touch, waited for the defender to get in front of him, and then kind of lost that counterattack opportunity. There was also a moment where Vinicius Jr. could have taken a shot, but kind of left the ball for, I believe, Mbappe. And like I said, the decision making for Vinicius has to go up. For Mbappe, his decision making this game was really good, and that's why I said he did deserve that man of the match. He was the best player on the pitch today. So yeah, I'm very proud of Real Madrid. I love the way they played, and especially when they went down by 10 men, they were forced to kind of defend. There's really nothing to do. My recommendation for Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid is that once you go down by 10 men, I don't think that should ruin your confidence. As you could see, Real Madrid, even the back line, the confidence was just not there. And yeah, going down by 10 men is a disadvantage, but Real Madrid did score when they had only 10 men. They should not be afraid to play with 10 men. Now, yes, it's a defender that's missing, and you could easily replace it with somebody from the midfield before the substitution I'm speaking about. And yeah, I feel like Xabi Alonso taking out Vinicius Jr. wasn't the best because we cannot purely rely on Mbappe on the attack. Not because Mbappe is not good alone, but because nowadays we do need multiple attackers. We can't rely on just one pure striker to make runs and to make these attacks alone. We can't rely on Mbappe's individual brilliance all the time because it's easy or easier to defend compared to a team attack. So when Vinicius and Mbappe are both having these attacks, it's pretty hard for the defenders to kind of read both of these players because both of them can get their goals by themselves. And now we're seeing Vinicius passing the ball. We see Mbappe passing the ball. We're seeing them spreading, especially in this game. It's very important to have two attackers, but I get it. Xabi Alonso rather to play safe than to play with a risk, and I get it. You could see the confidence in the team. There's barely any attacks. So Xabi Alonso knew what he was doing. And yeah, I'm just happy that we secured the 3 points. And hopefully next game we know what to do. I'm not sure who is going to replace Dean Huijsen for the next game, but that is for the next video that I'm going to make. I really did love the way Arda Güler played. So look, I did speak about Mbappe, but hey, Arda Güler, amazing runs, amazing confidence that he has now with Real Madrid, amazing confidence being a starter, and an amazing magician on and off the ball. He is really reminding me of Luka Modric. He is really reminding me of him making these runs by himself, making these brilliant passes, and having that composure in the midfield. So Arda Güler is really, really developing well compared to last season, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for him in Real Madrid. And the fact that the way we conceded our goal was only through a penalty, and it was like a mistake by Carvajal for having his hand out, showed a lot, right? Because we didn't concede through a normal play. We only conceded through a penalty. And I believe the only goals that we've conceded so far this season is through penalties, not an open play. So I'm really proud of that. Courtois did really well this game with his deflections, with his reaction. Something that Courtois should work on, though, is his penalties. For some reason, I don't really see him saving a lot of penalties throughout the 3 years. So that's something that Courtois should work on. And another thing he should work on is the way he passes the ball. Most of the time, he just clears the ball. And I get it. If somebody's rushing at you, you clear it. But I've seen it for the past 3 years, just him clearing the ball. I think that he should work on passes. He should work on getting the ball up with a pinged pass. Because since he has that power with his legs, I think he could catch Mbappe or Vinicius on the counter if he clears it to them. So it's very important for Courtois to improve in these two areas because I don't think he's the best in those areas. Other than that, he is one of the best goalies in the world. But let me know what you guys think. The main topic is if that red card should have stood. I don't think it should have. The media is saying it shouldn't. So let me know what you think. Maybe you think the red card should have stood. Just give you a reason why. I'm happy that Real Madrid got the full 3 points. But now we have to decide who is going to start next game, since most likely Dean Huijsen is going to miss it if Real Madrid doesn't submit a request to revoke that red card. So Make sure you leave a comment. If you're new, like always, make sure you subscribe for new content and always Real Madrid content. If sometimes I might switch it up here and there. Comment your opinion on today's topic. Share with friends if you might have agreed or disagreed. If you want to say, hey, look, this guy is saying some nonsense, share with them. It's free. And subscribe. And until then, Assalamu alaikum.